She hurled the boiling water first. The scalding liquid hit my chest, seeping to the cotton of my shirt and clinging to my skin like fire. But she didn't flinch. Not a single blink. She stood there, the empty pot in one hand, a cold smirk playing on her lips. "Get out," she spat. "You're nothing but a useless beggar. You don't get to stay here for free." My skin burned fiercely, but the silence I held burned hotter. I said nothing, just grabbed my keys and walked out of the house. The house I had bought, the one she once believed was hers. 5 years ago, I thought love meant sharing everything. The joys, the silence, even the pain. I met her when I was still laying the fragile foundation of my tech startup, before it had earned a single dollar. Back then, she loved the dreamer I was. Or at least that's what she told me. I worked nights, my days a blur of exhaustion. I'd crawl into bed just before dawn, and she complained about how the laptop's fan kept her awake. I told myself relationships were about compromise, so I compromised. She wanted a bigger place. I bought it, paid it off in full with the deed in my name. She wanted freedom. I gave it, no questions asked. When the business finally exploded, I kept quiet. No headlines, no announcements. Even my LinkedIn page showed me as unemployed. I had my reasons. One of them was standing in our kitchen that morning, tossing my clothes onto the lawn, the day after I had just paid off her car loan. I'd noticed a shift 6 months before the boiling water. She started locking her phone during dinner, changed passwords, whispered to her friends that I was lazy, that I had no job, that she was the one holding it down while I waited for my little project to go somewhere. They laughed. She laughed hardest of all. I never corrected her, never told them that my little project was pulling in $$70,000 a month, or that I owned 3 rental properties hidden behind layers of holding companies and paperwork. I watched quietly, wanted to see how far the act would go. The night she poured the boiling water, she had a dinner date. Not with me. She didn't bother hiding it. Standing by the mirror in a red dress, perfume heavy in the air, she tossed her hair and said, "Don't wait up." I didn't. Instead, I spent the evening forwarding documents to my lawyer, asset list titles, ownership contracts, the prenup she never read because she assumed I had nothing worth protecting. She told her friends I was broke. I let her believe it. I wanted her arrogant, confident, blind. When she threw me out, she thought she'd won. She thought she'd humiliated me. But she forgot one thing. The deed. She forgot who signed every mortgage payment. She forgot who paid for the custom cabinetry, the hardwood floors, the stainless steel fridge she posted about on Instagram. She forgot the house was mine. I didn't remind her. I let her sleep on her victory. Then, at 6:42 a.m. the next morning, the knock came, firm, cold, legal. The process server handed her the eviction notice and a 30-day repossession order, waived under Clause 14C for property damage and domestic violence. The police report I filed after the boiling water incident. Inside that house, I imagined her barefoot in the kitchen, staring at the letter with her name in bold, being told she had 24 hours to leave. My lawyer said I didn't have to be there, but I was parked across the street, sipping coffee from the same thermos she had once thrown away. She came out around noon, mascara smeared, phone pressed to her ear, pacing, yelling. The house, her house, was already listed for rent. She called me 6 times. No answer. It didn't stop there. Freedom came at a price. The car she leased under my company, repossessed by week's end. The joint bank account I left her, less than $400 inside. My real money was safe, offshore, untouched, silent. She filed for spousal support. The prenup said no. She told people I left her homeless. I didn't respond. But the screenshots of her text to another man, sent from the phone line I paid for, spoke louder than any argument. When my lawyer submitted them as evidence, the truth was undeniable. I never raised my voice, never laid a finger on her. I simply erased her life piece by piece, using nothing but the law and the truth. Now, she lives in a shared apartment with 3 roommates, none of whom know she once mocked a man for not working. The same man who paid her rent for the next 2 months, just to honor a legal grace period. She doesn't know that, but I do. And for me, that's enough. Sometimes I drive past that old house. It's quieter now, rented out to a small family with a golden retriever and a little girl who waters the garden every Sunday. They don't know what happened there. They don't need to. That chapter is closed. She once called me a beggar, but she was the one begging first, for forgiveness, for money, for a second chance. I gave her none, because revenge isn't about rage. It's about remembering. It's about walking away cleaner, stronger, and sharper than they ever left you.